Want to go for a ride in my square body?
Yeah.
Well, how about it? We made it another year together here on Boneyard Revivals. Man, it's really crazy to think about how nuts this year has been. Did a lot of really cool things too that I'm super, super proud of. Learned a lot of lessons too as far as it comes to, I think this technically 2025 was Boneyard Revival's first year as an actual functional business, which is so cool, and I'm super proud of that. Just even like sitting here thinking about it like that, I remember, being a 17-year-old kid in high school saying, I wish one day that I could do honestly what I'm doing now. And it's so easy to get caught up in the fact that, well, I'm not doing this full time, and that bothers me, and would like to make enough money where I don't have to work my 9 to 5 anymore to do this. At the same time too, I think I have to take a moment to be proud of what we've accomplished together here. The fact that I can make a little bit of money off of this, so it helps me on the back end, but still provides value for you guys and gives, you guys value, entertainment, and of course an education, whether that's watching and learning something from me, or if that's watching me and going, oh, we're definitely not going to do it the way he did. I think it's been the big lesson of this year for me. It's been a very gratifying year. We've just done so many cool projects. And honestly, we didn't do everything that I wanted to do, if that wasn't obvious. Honestly, all year we kind of like just struggled. A lot of it just being my work schedule. My 9 to 5 has kept me so busy, and honestly it's worn me out a lot to the point where it's been hard to come home sometimes and find a motivation to go down to the shop and work that much harder on trying to film and then work on projects for you guys. It's been tough. It's not an easy battle, and I don't think a lot of people necessarily realize that. Honestly, I don't think I fully realized that until I loved it this year. Working 9 to 5 so you can support your family and try to move forward in your life with, the potential of, one of the big things for me is, really going to be looking to try to buy property or a house in the next year or so here, just so, I want to expand, I want to grow. A lot of it too is, like I said, I took a lot of time this year trying to do family trips between me and Kira, and it took a lot of time away from the time that I can invest into Boneyard Revivals, which is unfortunate, but sometimes that's a sacrifice you have to make, which I think a lot of you can get that. How hard it is to, juggle that balance of, family time and your 9 to 5, and then trying to work on your passion all at the same time too. It all takes time, unfortunately. And I think one of my big things moving into 2026 that I want to do moving forward is I really need to figure out a better way to allot my time. Something that I'm going to try to take a lot more seriously next year too is I feel like that our videos have gotten really, really good. I'm really, really proud of some of the projects and some of the videos that we put out this year. I think that they're just some of the best content I think I've ever personally have produced. And so I just, I need to continue to, keep progressing, keep getting better if I want this thing to really work. So just very grateful for that. I'm also very grateful for all of you. I know it kind of gets, repetitive after a while. You hear every YouTuber say it, but, I would like to say that, I really appreciate every single one of you guys, the viewers. You guys are honestly a lot of times the reasons why I keep showing up every day. It's tough. It's tough to find motivation sometimes, and there's a lot of you guys that come here looking for motivation or inspiration or education or entertainment, and my job is to provide that for you. If I want you to be a part of our, the family that I'm trying to create here, part of my job is giving you a value and making connection with you guys. And I'm just so proud for the amount of connections that I've made with you guys. I really appreciate that. When it comes to some of my personal favorite projects that I think that we've done this year, the International Scouts up there on the list, that thing was so cool. The fact that it sat in that shed for so long, and honestly, it fought us really, really hard. We started filming on that, I think, in November of 2024 and didn't have it running until April of 2025, I think. And that was months of going over there in my spare time and everything else, and then dragging it over here and getting it running. Yeah, God, it's so cool. And what a lot of you don't know too is the story with that Scout is, so obviously my landlord owns that now. he was gracious enough to let us come work on it. But the crazy story is that Scout has, at least if I'm remembering the story correctly, it's been passed throughout like the entire little town we live in probably 4 times. It initially was bought brand new for the property that I rent off my landlord. The gentleman that used to live here, I want to say him or his dad bought it brand new. So initially that Scout lived here, which is kind of really, really cool for me. Then to have it kind of come back and be revived, in this shop. I thought it was just so neat. And then it got sold to a neighbor who used it as a plow truck. Then it got sold to another neighbor who used it as a plow truck. And then it ended up getting sold to my landlord who owns it now. And it's just so cool to see that thing come full circle. There's a lot of work that is left to be done on that I'd like to do. We need to fix the brakes. I still haven't gotten there yet. Just got so busy towards the halfway through this year, right down to the end. That'll come back for brakes, and I think the biggest thing for me is I'd love to get that thing out on the town. It's such an odd Scout. I have never seen another Sport Top 800A Scout like that. So I would really, really love to get it out to some shows, get it out there in the community. I think a lot of people would really, really get a kick out of it and really, really enjoy seeing it. Some of the other projects that we've done that I absolutely love, honestly, the CJ7 was so cool. I know Kira's excited about that. We really need to get that back in and do some of the finishing touches so she can drive that a little more consistently. But that thing is so cool too. I mean, I had to convince her to want that. She initially wanted like a TJ, like a late 90s into like an early 2000s, like 2-door Jeep. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. If you want one, we're going to do something cool. And I kind of like started talking to her and showing her some CJ5s and some CJ7s, and she fell in love with the CJ7. And it took me probably the last 1.5 to 2 years to track one down, but I was so proud when we got that one, just to see the excitement on her face when we brought that home. Then when we got it running, then she got to drive it. It made it that much better. Definitely need to do some final touch up stuff on that. I'd love at some point in the next year or two here. We've already had it out to, I think, an event or two this past year, but I'd really, really love to go do a road trip in it and take you guys along with us for that. So hopefully that'll happen in the next year or so here. I think the prize jewel that from this entire year to me, that was really the icing on the cake that meant the most to me, was that Farmall F20 that we went up to upstate New York and drug it out of a barn that it sat in for 20 or 30 years, and we got it running for the first time. That tractor belonged to a very, very dear family friend of ours, and him and his dad were big into collecting tractors. They bought that one back in the 70s and redid it and put it together. Man, to have that tractor come back to life, and then to have him, once we got it running, to be able to be there for us to fire it up for him again and run it again for him, was just so amazing. And it was so emotional too. And I didn't, like I said, I felt it wasn't necessary, and I didn't want to necessarily capture more of a private moment between family friends, but man, that meant the world to me, and I think it meant the world to him too. I think that tractor specifically was probably the highlight of my entire year as far as it comes to the content that we did on 2025. Man, that thing was just so cool. Even I'm getting chills thinking about it now, just dragging it out of the barn. I mean, everything was just so perfect about that entire story. I mean, the fact that it sat there, the fact that we drug it out, the fact that we went through and fought, and then got it running in the middle of a farm field at an antique farm show. The other portion of that too is that show that we went to. I've been going to that show literally since I was a month old. We have a lot of family friends up there that we go to this show to every year with, and it was just such a wholesome moment because, I grew up for the past 25 years with all these people that I've grown up to know and love, and I consider them family. And for all of us to collectively be there, understand how important this tractor is, and just know that how much I've wanted this tractor for so long, and then the fact to put the work in and to get it running and for it to come back to life at that show with all those people there was just incredible. Honestly, probably one of the best Boneyard Revivals videos and moments I think I've ever had. I don't know if we'll ever be able to outdo that moment. We're sure as hell gonna try in 2026. But oh man, just so cool. So cool. I think a lot of the flops, honestly, if we're going to talk about some flops, the square body this year has been a flop. There was supposed to be another video that came out this year on it. I decided to save it, and I think we're going to try to package it into a series on that truck that's going to hopefully be happening in 2026. Man, dude, that truck just hates me. If that was the only vehicle that I owned and I needed it to be reliable to get me to back and forth to work, it would be. But the fact that I own how many more now, I think that truck just hates me because it's jealous of all the other vehicles. I swear. That truck has a personality of its own, and it's really rather annoying.
How do we spell relief? YouTube, we get D-R-U-N-K.
Like I said, hopefully that truck will be back in 2026. I think we're at a point where I don't want to give too much away, but I think another motor's going in it. Not that this one blew up. There's some other issues that it has. But the next biggest thing too, as you can see, I'm currently sitting on it. The budget trailer will be back. That'll be back sooner rather than later. We should just about have everything we need now to get this trailer back together in tip-top shape so we can start utilizing it. We have brakes for it now. We have a couple actual hard components that it needs to function, and we also have paint. So hopefully in the next couple episodes here, kind of coming in early 2026, you're going to see us really start hammering down and getting this trailer together. Biggest thing that's holding this trailer back right now is not having brakes, but we have everything now to basically make this trailer fully functional, which I'm super excited about. Again, and it's one of those things, get this trailer done now so it's ready for the season. So we don't have to, potentially mess around with another trailer or whatever else. If we can have this trailer, I can get another trailer if we need it, but really kind of want to get this one done. I'm excited to have our own trailer. The next biggest thing is I said it earlier in 2025, and the next biggest thing is literally the second this trailer is done, which is hopefully within the next couple weeks here, the race car is coming back. The race car hopefully come springtime, if not in early spring, will have quarters welded into it. Most of the bodywork that quote unquote needs to be done. I don't care if the car's in primer or not, but I want to have all the bodywork done. I want to be basically piecing that car together, and I want to be stuffing a driveline in it. I want that car to run and drive under its own power, come mid to late spring here. That's one of my huge goals for this upcoming year, because basically it's about time we did something with that car. So the game plan is to get that car together for this year, and I would at least by the end of 2026, I would like it to be at a point where it can go down the road by itself for the first time, and for us to do one hellacious smoky burnout. I'd like to get at least 2 engine builds done in 2026. We started on that 305 build that came out of that green Cutlass that we had. All the machine work's done now, so the only thing that's holding that engine back is myself and my time. We need to get that engine together. That engine will go into the race car for now, for the time being. And then we're also going to be putting at least 1 more engine together, if not 2 more, hopefully, in 2026. So, of course, the engine content will be back. I want to dive even deeper into the hit and miss and antique engines and tractors deal. There's, as much as I probably shouldn't, I know I'm going to. There's a couple more tractors from the place that we got the F20 that, although I don't necessarily have the room, I'm probably going to end up with, just because I am horrible with that. So that'll probably be in 2026. And then there will probably be a couple hit and miss engines as well. Honestly, a lot of that stuff just means so much to me. I want to bring more of that to the channel. And a lot of it too is the gentleman that, we bought the F20 off of, has unfortunately come to a point where he needs to start letting some of that stuff go. And him and his family have known my family for generations. And for me to sit idly by and watch 50 plus years of family's dedication and love and passion for something kind of go away, yeah, I'm not willing to do that. So in whichever way I possibly can, I'm going to try to carry that on, not only for their family, but for my family as well. So I will probably make some terrible financial decisions as far as it comes with some of those things. Can't wait. Honestly, I think a lot of it too is just getting back to not even getting back, but just continuing to be Boneyard Revivals, man. I'm not fancy. I'm not trying to sit here and be somebody that I'm not. We're gonna work on the projects that we love and share our passion for what we love and bring that to you and hope that you guys find value in that. Like I said, very gratifying 2025, I think I will have to say. And we continue to keep learning and evolving as we do this, and I personally can say that this channel has done nothing but gotten better since the day we started it. And we obviously keep growing every year, and more of you want to become part of the Boneyard Revivals family, which I deeply appreciate. So we're just going to keep on hammering on in 2026. But thank you guys genuinely from the bottom of my heart for your love and your support. Y'all are awesome, really. I mean, I couldn't fathom being in this position. Here's 2025, and here's to a really, really good 2026. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Make sure you have a happy new year, and remember to get out in the garage and keep wrenching on those projects. Your dreams will not work unless you do. Catch you later.
Cut the video so you can work real hard.
Yeah, I don't think the people at home want to sit here and watch me
No,
not know what I'm doing
Just
for like 3 hours
keep
straight.
going. Pull up another YouTube video.
Pull up another YouTube video.
Once again, here with the Cutley. Stopped in at the Fine Wine and Good Spirit store. Matched up to this bolt up here, and I was like looking at it, and it goes to a ground. It looks like there's a little post in here by the steering column, and I'm like, well, it looks like if it's just a ground to a ground, that doesn't make any sense until you realize, well, oh, windshield wipers were working before, they're not working now. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, buddy, we got her good. Wow. New transmission, check. Rebuilding another motor? Probably. Well, at least the Dodge won't let us down, knock on wood. Give her hell! Oh my god. Nailed it! Well, welcome back to Boneyard Revivals. I guess today we are going to be gutting an LS and a 4L60 out of what's supposed to be a Chevy Silverado. Well, made it down to the yard. It's raining. The weather app told me it wasn't supposed to, and then Kira told me profusely that it was supposed to, and well,
I had 3 weather apps say that it was supposed to, and his one said no.
And she was right. Who would have guessed? We don't buy one CJ7, not 2 CJ7s, but 3 CJ7s and the Chevy Silverado. And we got to go pick them all up and bring them home. It seemed like a good idea. So I find another Facebook Marketplace deal that I just can't pass up on. And I drag home Cutlass number 3. I'm not addicted. I can stop at any point. I just choose not to. Hi, I'm Robert, and I'm addicted to Facebook Marketplace. Hi, I'm Robert, and welcome to Boneyard Revivals.